folks, and welcome back to the Shuffle Squad YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the top 4 Palkia deck lists from San Antonio Regionals. Now, I am recording this before Portland Regionals, so by the time this comes out, the deck may have seen even more success. Either way, I think this deck is a strong contender for Charlotte Regionals and Knoxville Regionals at the beginning of February. I haven't tested this list specifically too much, but I've played a lot of Palkia. I played Palkia at San Antonio Regionals myself. I did play a slightly different build with a 1-1 Bibarel and a Wild Freeze Articuno, and only a 1-1 Ice Rider instead of the 2-1. No Mew EX, no Energy Switch, so I want to take this list for a test spin. There's a lot I like about it. You know, Mew from Celebrations, of course, having a lot of utility. You play a lot of switching cards, so pretty easy to bring that up, especially if you're trying to go for like a Cross Switcher turn. Bringing up Mew can help you find those Cross Switcher pieces. The Mew EX, a nice hand refresh. Of course, we can technically power this up with 2 attachments and an energy switch, so can help against to one-shot like a Tina, or late game to one-shot a Zard. The Suicune's an interesting addition to the deck, allowing us an option for attacking on the first turn of the game. I think the card is pretty strong on the list. Personally, I don't think it's completely necessary. I think that it's only really better than a Palkia on the first turn of the game. Otherwise, it's pretty easy to get a Palkia set up. Then on the first turn, you're still gonna have to get an energy in the discard pile and a Melony, and then get the Suicune into the active position. So I'm not completely sold on the card yet. The Chien-Pao, pretty staple inclusion for the ability to search water from the deck. It is nice to have an option to one-shot stuff, but it's mostly just there for the ability if we can't find an Earthen Vessel. This list playing the 2-1 Ice Rider and only a 3-2 Palkia, so a little bit more reliance on getting that Ice Rider out as one of our attackers throughout the game. Spiritomb for Mew, 4 Irida, 4 Melony in this build with no Ionos, so relying on this Roxanne as our disruption card, and going heavier in on trying to play Melony as often as possible to get lots of extra energy on the board. Otherwise, the list is relatively standard for Palkia. The Collapse Stadium is a pretty strong stadium of choice. It can limit our damage output if it gets stuck in play, so there's going to be a lot of times when it might be a dead card. So I'm not a huge fan of it as our only stadium. Even like a 1-of Lost City would be okay. Having one stadium in general in Palkia is pretty nice. That way if we go second and have a Palkia active, we can just rule the region and search out that 1-of stadium, getting a little bit more value out of our attacks that way. But overall, the rest of the engine's pretty standard Palkia list. It's just trying to be very aggressive, a lot of consistency cards, but maybe a little bit weaker of a late game than previous Palkia iterations with the Bibarel. So without further ado, let's jump into some games.
Want to support the Shuffle Squad? Be sure to check out all of our sponsors in the description to pick up Pokemon TCG singles, sealed, and PTCG live codes.
Alright, so here we go. We have a Chien-Pao start with double Battle VIP Pass and a Water Energy and a Heavy Ball in hand, plus a switch for the following turn. It doesn't get much better than this. This might be a game where we go for a Suicune attack, actually, although we are playing against Lost Box, so putting another low HP 2 prizer in play, not an amazing idea. If it's like something like Tina, though, I don't hate putting another 2 prize card attacker in play, because we're gonna have like Palkia VSTARs in play anyways, and Lost Impact one-shots those either way. Yeah, it looks like it's probably Tina. See the Grass Energy come down. It could still be like a Lost Box build with 1-1 Tina, since that has seen some success. But yeah, overall, not too worried about this matchup. I do think it is like one of your worst matchups without Bibarel in the deck. Bibarel makes it a lot better. But regardless, we're still just going to be trying to ideally Moonlight Shuriken double Tina when they come down. No Tina drop turn 1 though, so who knows, it might not even be Tina. Go for the VIP first, just do a quick prize check, see if there's anything we want on the board in the prize cards that we can heavy ball for. It doesn't really look like it. Yeah, no. Nothing prize that I really care about, so I'm just gonna go for Palkia and Greninja. VIP again. The Suicune is prized if we wanted to go for it, but I'm not sure if it's really worth getting a 1 prize knockout on this Comfy. Anything crazy? Prized, Canceling Colone's in there, all their switches in there. Looks like 1 water energy prize. I'm gonna grab the Mew EX here. And I'm probably gonna leave the other bench spot open. Shivery Chill. Getting Mew EX out here feels pretty good to me. You do want that like extra card draw throughout the game. We do have path outs as well, so I kind of like having it in play. So yeah, we could pull off a Suicune attack here. If I go Heavy Ball for Suicune, no, I think we'll go for that. Let's try to utilize this list to do what it is built to do. It plays a Suicune for a reason. I think this is a pretty good opportunity to use it. And we'll see if that extra early aggression can help me build towards a win here. Especially because their opponent doesn't have any Tina in play, so it's not like they're going to be responding to this immediately. Probably just going to be hitting it with Cram. It's going to be able to take at least 2 prize cards. And it's also going to draw us an extra card here, so that Ultra Ball could be very helpful. Yeah, so we'll just Blizzard Rondo, take the knockout on this Comfy. Our board could not be much better. Normally I would like to save a bench spot for Lumineon, but I don't think we can do that if we open Chien-Pao and want to go for a turn 1 Suicune attack, so I think I value having this Mew EX in play a little bit more. Because we could definitely get Ionode if our opponent doesn't have a Chorus at hand. Which, you know, Ionode to 5 isn't the worst thing in the world, but we might want to draw a couple extra cards with Mew EX next turn. Even with this hand, if we don't get Ionode, we might be able to get our hand below 3. Because a lot of these cards are playable. Our opponent's lost owned 1 Tina V-Star, 1 Switch card, 1 Jet. Discard, 1 Grass, 1 Jet. So only 2 Jet left. Oh, and only 1 Switch card left. Looks like they're just going for a Cram with this board, which is completely okay with me. Cram on Palkia, okay. So that's not a big deal at all. We'll probably just boss the Comfy rather than going for like a Moonlight, try to dig for a Moonlight Shuriken play. I mean, there's just like no need to knock out the Manaphy. So I'm thinking we'll just boss this Comfy up and knock that little guy out. No energy in the discard pile out, so let's see. I think I do want to evolve this. I don't think there's any reason not to, because that puts it out of Cram or Spit Innocently range. I want to get 3 energy in the discard pile here. I think I'm going to start with the concealed cards and see what I draw before I commit this Ultra Ball. Maybe I should have just Ultra Ball for a V-Star first. But either way, here we'll just go Ultra Ball. Get rid of double water. We haven't attached yet, but we can Vessel. Yeah, I think if we Ultra Balled first there, we might have been able to draw like 1 card with Mew. So let's get this other V-Star out. Vessel for some energy, so we can attach for turn. I just want to get the most use of my Star Portal here as well, right? So we're gonna go Star Portal. 1, 2. And I think I do want to put 1 here, since I can also energy switch to it later. No, we've seen 2 grass at this point, so it's like almost definitely Tina. So I almost like don't need to attach a grass energy to this Palkia, but I'm going to anyways. just to be safe. Because like, the other option would be to like put an energy on Chien-Pao or Greninja, but we still have the energy switch. I like the energy switch a lot actually. It gives us a lot of versatility in not having to commit our energy to one line. Because like if I was using my Star Portal and knew I wanted to use Greninja later, I'd pretty much always want to put 2 energy on this Greninja. Yeah, I'm not really worried about Moonlight Shuriken at all. It's just not a very efficient win con for our opponent here, but they can go ahead and take 3 prize cards in 2 turns with Moonlight into Lost Mine. It's just not necessarily that great for them. Actually, no, there's 10 short of that too, right? Yeah, Lost Mine into Moonlight is only a total of 290. And the Mew and the Greninja have combined up more than that. Okay. So, all our opponent did was spit innocently. I say we just concealed cards and see if we can find a good old Cross Switcher. No Cross Switcher, so instead of the Irida, I'll probably just go for the Melony. Set up the second Palkia. And I don't know if I really want to knock out. Let's Vessel away this guy. Because we haven't attached return yet. And then, before I commit the energy, I think I want to rope. Yeah, let's rope. See what our opponent gives us. Wow, okay. They give us Comfy. So we're gonna bring up the free retreater. Attach the Chien-Pao. And then just attack with the clean V-Star. I don't really want Suicune to take a hit if it doesn't, with a cram if it doesn't have to, so. Because then it can be Lost Mine, whereas if the Palkia has to take a cram, it can't be Lost Mine. If either of them get lost impacted, it's basically the same thing, so. Obviously, I would have loved to bring up that Tina there if I could, but no matter. We're at a point now where we can just easily one-shot the Tina when it comes up, and then pretty easily power up another attacker. Especially with Melony here, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We will need it to hit the energy switch a little bit. I'm pretty used to playing the 9 or 10 energy in the list. This list does have a super odd as well that's in the prizes, and all of our energy is in play. So I don't know if I've ever had every single one of my energy cards in play as Palkia before, but our opponent hasn't taken any knockouts yet, so. That would largely be why. I kind of want to keep the Greninja around. Are they going to Lost Impact us here? Can we look? No, we can't look. I think I will risk the Greninja. I mean, I don't really care if... I would like to have it as an option, but they're probably not going to knock anything out anyways. They're not going to impact the Greninja, so... And if we give it 1 prize, that's more than good for us. That was an interesting decision there. I wonder if they were planning on going for the Moonlight. Maybe they have a water in hand and they forgot that they already attached this turn. Either way, we're probably just gonna rope here. Yeah, that was like a pretty much completely wasted turn for our opponent. Maybe not to any fault of their own. I don't really know what was in their hand. I mean, they definitely shouldn't have brought up the Greninja, but... So we'll bring up the free retreater. Irida. We'll probably take the Lumineon here. We already have an Ice Rider in hand if we did want to bench one. And we don't really need to anyways. We could grab a Cross Switcher. That way we could potentially Irida for another Cross Switcher next turn. Because we don't really need anything else that's in this hand. We'd also Lost Vacuum. We still wouldn't be able to draw any cards with Mew yet. I think we'll Vacuum though, actually, to force our opponent to find another path next turn. Then again, if they do find another path anyways, then it'll be awkward for us. They have one path in the Lost Zone, so they have to find their last path. Yeah, let's do that. Let's Vacuum away this path to make us a little bit more resilient against Roxanne or Iono. I think I would just get rid of this. Since I have another one in deck, and I probably don't need either of them. I mean, I definitely don't need either of them at this point. So we'll just subspace Swell, go down to 2 prize cards, and there's like really no way we can lose here. Our opponent's game plan is gonna have to be to like counter catcher, bring up the Chien-Pao since it doesn't have enough energy to retreat or attack yet, and then Lost Mine. But they didn't even bring up the Sableye, so we're in a very good spot. I mean, they could just hope that we can't power up this Chien-Pao. We have 8 energy public. If they know the list, then they might just hope that we don't have been at like our energy switch is prized if we can't find it off of River Roxanne. I guess that is an option for them. It's not a great option, but I mean, our opponent just really needed to get more Giratina to be down early game, which I think they could have. I'm pretty sure that they had options to do so. Like, I think they played Battle VIP Pass or Nest Ball and went for, yeah, they went for Cram and Greninja over getting Tina's out, which is just never worth it in this matchup, because you want to evolve your Tinas as quickly as possible, since most of the game, Palkia is going to be able to one-shot them. Alright, so they're just going to pull up the Chien-Pao and kill it. Not the worst play ever from our opponent, but it's never going to win them the game. Just because we can just two-shot this Tina. The Canceling Cologne top deck is interesting. I feel like we might as well go for that line and just see if we hit it. We don't have energy to attach for turn anyways, so we can't do that. In that case, we'll just go. We don't need to Roxanne them. We can't Roxanne them. Let's just Irida. Get the Ice Rider out to fill our bench. Grab Vacuum for next turn. No, we don't need Vacuum. Just grab one of the switchers. Make it easier to hit switcher next turn. Bench this Ice Rider. Retreat. Now we'll bring up the Suicune so we can get a fleet-footed, because they're functionally the same. Our opponent uses 4 prize cards still. Drew another Cross Switcher, so that's pretty cool. But we will just Blizzard Rondo. And our opponent's down 2 Escape Rope, so pretty good odds that this Tina just is stuck in the active anyways. And 1 switch card? 2 switch card? Yeah, 2 switch card. Not that they could use switch card. Oof. I don't know why my music just turned on. Yeah, I mean, if it's spinning, then we just win. Yep. Alright. First victory with the San Antonio top 4 Palkia list. Easy peasy. I think our opponent probably could have played better early game there. If they had gotten the Tinas down quicker, and I think they had the option to do so, but they decided to go for like Greninja and attack instead, and got punished for it. Alright, let's get into the next game. We have a Mew start this time. Pretty much just as good, if not better, than a Chien-Pao start in most games, as long as we're not playing against Lost Box. We love having this Mew in the opening position. Our hand's already fantastic as is. Looks like everyone's playing Inteleon. Our turn 1's going to be pretty nice here. We're going to be able to get double Palkia and Ninja down very easily, if that's what we want to go for. which usually double Palkia, or like Palkia Ninja, and then the second Palkia is normally the order that you want to get those Pokemon out in. We're probably Nest Ball for the Greninja first, and there's a debate here, because we could draw another Battle VIP Pass. Yeah, I think we're just gonna go for the Battle VIP. So like, Nest Balling for the Greninja first gives us a higher chance of drawing Palkia off of concealed cards, which allows us to Battle VIP Pass for something else. But if we draw another Battle VIP Pass here, then we can save the Nest Ball for later. So I think I'm gonna value that a little bit more here. What's prized? Lumens in hand. Okay. Just gonna do our prize check. 2 switcher. I think I might have had switchers in hand though. Alright. That's Vessel first, it's in the deck here. Let's get rid of water, get 2 more water. Then we'll go for that concealed cards. And then let's tail to see if we can hit. Maybe another Battle VIP. Nice. We also already have an Ultra Ball in hand, so that's fantastic. Let's get the Palkia down here. What's 250 plus 90? That's 340. So I kind of like the idea of getting Ice Rider down in this matchup, actually. Because then I can Moonlight Shuriken double VMAX and put them both in Ice Rider range. That seems really good. I guess if I Moonlight Shuriken double VMAX, they're probably going to be in Palkia range anyways, though. Ice Rider keeps a Intel keeps a pretty big bench here. Starting Mew here, though, against Intel is, like, really, really bad. Let's probably get the Chien-Pao out. Yeah. Chien-Pao is a good attacker in this matchup. We'll want to Star Portal and Energy onto it when we go for our Star Portal play. So for now, let's just put a Water Energy here. We have double Switcher, double Energy, Nest Ball, Ultra Ball, Lumineon in hand. Doesn't get too much better than this if we didn't have a Mew open. So the Mew open is pretty annoying. It does mean that our opponent only has to knock out 2 Palkia / like other 2 prizers like the Chien-Pao. Kind of want to give my opponent the Greninja. I don't think we can though. I'm very scared. Let's give them the Palkia out. I'm just gonna try to bet that they won't attack here. Psychic Energy on the Inteleon, I guess just for Alakazam. Not a great inclusion in the deck in my opinion. Just play another water at that point. Hand Kinesis is not that great, but it does help for this relaxed matchup, I guess. I think that's probably the primary use for it. So that you have a easy time against Mimikyu. Because Alakazam is a decent attacker against Snorlax. Of course, they're just not going to let you keep the Alakazam active at that point, but I'm sure Psychic Energy does help with the matchup. So yeah, we see them immediately target down that Mew, which not completely necessary. I mean, they can go after that Mew anytime. So if I was, as the Inteleon player, I'd rather see them maybe try to set up damage on other Pokemon first, try to go for Mew as one of their late game prize cards with a Yogaloop, but hitting 20 on it is fine. Okay, so we're almost definitely starting with concealed cards here. Opponent doesn't have too much of a setup. You can potentially just go for a knockout here, right? That's 5 energy, it's 300. So we need a Melony. I could Lumen for a Melony. Or I could double Switcher and just kill the Urshi. But I think I don't really want to attack with this Palkia. Let's double Switcher. Bring this up. We're not gonna be able to kill it. This is actually like one of Iron Valiant in my list a lot. It would help here. Because I would force them to evolve the Urshifu, otherwise we just pick off with Valiant later. But here we're just going to go Double Switcher, Star Portal. So they can't really evolve this Urshifu. Spread our energy out here, gives us the most options. But yeah, so they can't really evolve this Urshifu, otherwise we can just go ahead and boss it up, take 3 prize cards, and then use Chien-Pao to kill the Intel. So this makes it sort of a non-threat. It also puts it in... takes their attacker out of the active position, which when they have a dead hand, taking the attacker out of the active position could just buy us a free turn, basically. They also did play a rope already last turn, so... if they just go for a strafe, then we can just boss it back up, knock it out, and then go for Hail Blade. Nice. Melony. Yeah, let's just boss. Pull that up. Let's Luminous Sign. I want to get an Irida. I just want to get my board into a position where there's like no way I can lose. Basically I want to... Oh, I did play boss. Whoops. But yeah, I just want to, at this point, put enough pressure down that I can Hail Blade pretty convincingly next turn. Most likely, they don't play boss, so they're not going to be able to kill this, which means most likely I'm going to have the ability to Hail Blade next turn regardless. But they could hit like a Yoga Loop onto this technically, and then some double gunners to kill this. If they get like Medicham, Inteleon down, get a double gunner off, put 20 on this, puts up to 180, and then they Yoga Loop this, and then they get double gunner on the following turn, puts that at 220. So they could technically take a 3 prize turn here, while also doing another 140 to this. That would set them up for a play where they can rapid flow and kill this and this. So they're not out yet. That would be their like their best win condition here, right? I mean, obviously not very likely that they can hit that, but if they could go double gunner, 20, 20, Yoga Loop, boom, get Inteleon down before the Yoga Loop, and then next turn get another Inteleon out, double gunner, boom, boom, double gunner on this, maybe even on this. But no such luck for them. Let's see. So we'll just go, good retreat, Melony. I just want to hit them though. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna attack them with the Palkia. So we'll grab Earthen Vessel. We'll grab another V-Star. That way our Palkia V isn't so close to being double gunnered for the knockout. Vessel with this Nest Ball. In this Heavy Ball out of the deck. Attach for turn to the Chien-Pao. Use concealed cards, get an energy in the discard pile for Melony next turn if our opponent doesn't take a knockout, although they almost definitely will. I kind of want an Ultra Ball. No. We'll keep the Ultra Balls in deck, just because if we drop them off the Iono, they can grab us the Mew EX. One's at 160 now. Our Chien-Pao can do 240 next turn, so if they don't have another basic, they just lose. I assume they Raihan for like a Professor's Research or something like that, though. Okay, Ultra Ball. Cheryl and Water, interesting. So that Cheryl could have opted my turn, but I assume that last card in their hand is Research then. Because it's what, gonna grab them? Oh, Vaporeon. Okay. Research. So they probably play a 1/1 Vaporeon, so they have a way to one-shot stuff. I think Vaporeon does like 100 plus 100 if your opponent's active Pokemon already has a damage counter on it, maybe? The VMAX? Vaporeon VMAX. $100. Yeah, if it already has a damage counter on it, 100 more. So. And then powered up in one turn with Melony Rapid Energy. So I guess that's the idea behind it. Not a super strong inclusion in the deck, but I can see the vision. Spiral Energy, okay. So they're just gonna knock us out. VMAX Spiral, and we'll probably chase the Remoraid here, just to put us in an even more commanding position. They also Ultra Ball away their Cheryl, so don't have to worry about that coming into play. Grab the water. Irida. Let's put the Ice Rider down, maybe. And Cross Switcher. Catch here. Actually, I'm gonna Ultra Ball both of these away. Get ourselves the Mew EX. Because right now our opponent's easiest prize map is Lumineon and Palkia anyways, so I'd rather just have protection. Hold this up. This is a little bit risky. If they played like a second copy of Cheryl, I'm just kind of assuming that they don't. I mean, how can you fit Spiral, Double Cheryl, Psychic Energy, and Vaporeon VMAX into an Intel or Shoeless? So like, I'm assuming they don't have another Cheryl, which means we should be able to just kill the Intel VMAX for a game with our Chien-Pao. But if they did have Cheryl, and then we're able to kill this, that could be scary. I mean, this line still forces us to like find a way to bring the Intel active again. So maybe I should have just powered up. No, I think this is fine. I think the other option would have been to power up the Ice Rider instead of benching the Mew. Just benching that. But we also don't have any energy to attach from hand to it. So pretty sure I'm just all in on this Chien-Pao to take my last two price tags on that Intel eventually. Yeah, I think we could have potentially just subspace swelled the Intel VMAX. Thinking about it more now. And just taking our 3 prize cards there, and then had to just pull up the... I guess either way we have to pull up the Remoraid at some point then. But it's probably easier to, like, get them to put a 1 prize reactive than the Intel VMAX. Because, like, if we just kill the Intel VMAX and they have Remoraid Vaporeon, then they potentially only have 1 prizer on the bench, and then we can just rope. But I don't know, giving them access to Artillery gives them way more options than, and either way we're gonna have to hit a boss. So I think that this probably was the best line. I guess if we wanted to knock out the Intel, though, we also could have just knocked out the Intel with the Chien-Pao and then kept the Palkia in play. Maybe. Because they probably don't have boss. And then they don't have access to double gunners. So, just some things to think about with how I played that last turn. I think this situation is very good for us. I'm not too upset about how I played last turn, but about going after the Remoraid instead of the Inteleon, but there's definitely a solid argument for just knocking out the Inteleon with something. Mostly just because this only plays the one copy of boss. If I played a second boss, oh, I'm down. Yeah. So yeah, I definitely probably should have knocked out the Inteleon there. I don't think we're gonna get punished though, because our opponent's list is pretty jank. But we should be able to just swing with Chien-Pao for game. Okay. Let's Melony. Cool. Found Suicune. So this has 220 without Bravery Charm. So we just need to bench Suicune. Vacuum. Yeah, let's get rid of this. Get rid of the Bravery Charm. And then just Subspace Swell. We're just gonna kill a crab. So now, no matter what, we can rope into Hellblade for game next turn. No matter what our opponent benches, unless they share all the Impel VMAX. That's the only exception. So they can't bench anything that could survive a Hellblade next turn. I guess if they boss Chien-Pao, that'd be annoying, but we would still be able to just bench another Pokemon and rope, most likely. If we have another Pokemon to bench. We might not. We should have another Palkia V left. And a Spiritomb. Or Seal Stone from them. We could see like an Iono maybe, and then I do a double Irida and rope in hand already. That would be going to the bottom, so maybe I whiff the rope if I get Iono. Down 2 Irida, so I don't have any more Irida in deck I could try. I know my rope is in deck, and I still have Mew EX draw some cards, but that'd probably be my worst case scenario there. Should still have Rod left as well, so I could potentially Rod some energy back in before I use Mew EX. That way I could draw more cards with Concealed. So, the Forest Seal Stone, grabbing the Roxanne. Okay, interesting. So they need to hit the Rapid Strike energy here. Oh, and they just Roxanne me into the rope anyways. Roxanne much better for us than Iono there. Not only because of the cards, but because our hand had what we needed to win. The other line next turn, even if we don't hit the rope, would be like if we could hit like Melony CRE and then just one-shot the Vaporeon with Chien-Pao. So a lot of ways to win that game. If they even knock this out. If they don't knock this out, then we just need to get Chien-Pao active or play the rope. Okay, there's the energy. Now we just bring up Mew, play rope, and that's the end of the story. Alright, thank you everyone for watching. I did like the list. I kind of missed having the 9th energy over the Super Rod. Energy Switch was actually really nice in the deck, even though I didn't use it either of those games. I just liked the option of being able to use it. Allowed me to spread my energy out better. Didn't hit in either of the matchups that I want Canceling Cologne for, but vacuums were nice. You know, I was able to get rid of that Bravery Charm. And get rid of those paths very consistently. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, the deck just felt smooth, but I also, you know, opened Battle VIP Pass and Water Energy double water energy both games, which if you open both of those cards, actually I finished both games with turn 1 double Battle VIP Pass plus either Vessel or Chien-Pao. So if you have a start like that, obviously the deck's gonna run smooth from there. But yeah, the list was fun. I actually didn't get any use of the Mew EX or the Energy Switch, so there is one argument for keeping the Barrel instead. I did get use of the Suicune. I'm not sure how much it mattered, but it definitely helped to like put a little bit more pressure on that Comfy. Ice Rider didn't use it all, because I didn't hit Rhydon, which is like the biggest reason you play Ice Rider. But yeah, I mean, the deck was smooth. I still think prefer Barrel over the Mew EX Energy Switch, but Mew EX Energy Switch is a really nice option. And like I said, I did like having the Energy Switch. Not having another energy though was a bit annoying. Even that second game, like I did run out of energy. It didn't matter, but it would have been nice to have more energy in deck so that I could keep doing stuff. Obviously, if I had just drawn the Rod at some point, that problem would have been solved. But you might not necessarily draw the Rod. You don't really want to search for it with Irida. So, all right. Well, thank you everyone for watching.
Hey trainers, tired of having too many cards lying around? I know that feeling, and I know what a hassle it is to try and sell those cards. But selling bulk is now easier than ever with TCG Bulk. Find tons of potential buyers in a single place. You just download the app, look for the best buyer near you, and carefully pack your bulk, ship it, and you get paid. It really is that simple. Turn the cards you don't want into the cards you absolutely need for your next deck. You made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching this entire video from the Shuffle Squad. Honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate each and every person that supports our content, watches what we have going on every single day, every single week, even from time to time, and continuously allows us to have a forum to project our creative content towards the Pokemon TCG community. So if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and even leave a comment to help boost the YouTube algorithm. That being said, we'll catch you with our next video. Thanks again. Take it easy.